you so much, guys. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, my old subscribers, my new subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your like on my videos, your share, the comments, and the thumbs up. I appreciate. If you are just passing through, thank you so much for passing through. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like my video, and share my video. If you actually find this video that I'm about to do helpful, please do not hesitate to hit on the like button. Like I said, if you have not subscribed, subscribe and hit on the notification bell just below the subscribe button to get updates whenever I upload a new video. Today, actually, I'm going to be doing a very quick one. I have 2 yards of fabric here. I'm going to be showing you how to cut a Dolman Kaftan. So that's what I'm going to be showing to you today, how to cut and sew a Dolman Kaftan. This Kaftan, I assure you, as a beginner, if you have not even handled a scissors once in your life, just follow this illustration and you'll be able to go out there, buy 2 yards of fabric, and then you'll be able to make this kaftan. So the first thing I'm going to be doing now, so I have the 2 yards like this, you can see it. So what I'm just going to be doing now, the first step I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be joining the top of this dress. So I'll just put a little notch here. I'm taking it now to my machine. I'm just going to run a stitch up here. So I'm going to use that as my shoulder line. I'm going to use it as my shoulder line. So for this kaftan, I'm not going to be doing slanting the shoulder. So I'm going to be doing it since it's a Dolman kaftan. So I finished running a stitch along this line, like I said. So the next thing I'm going to do now, open up this side. So you can see my kaftan is already lined up. So what I'm going to be doing now for this kaftan, I'm going to be making use of the entire length of this my fabric, and I'll be making use of the width also. So I'll just fold it now into 4. So I'm now folding it into 4 now, and then I'll start imputing the measurements. So the first thing I'll do now, measure out the length of the dress of this Dolman kaftan. So I have 55 inches. So that's what I'm going to be using, including the seam allowance at the down part. So that's what I'll use, the entire length. And then for the width, that is the sleeve part. Since it's a Dolman kaftan, I'll be using the entire length. Like I said, this is 2 yards of fabric. So, and what I have here is 17 inches. So I'll use this entire 17 inches. So the first thing I'll do now, I'll measure the neck measurement, the neckline. So I'll be using 3 inches width for this. I use 3 inches width. And then for the depth, I'll use 3.5 inches depth. So I'll just make it like this. I'll be cutting the front and the back neck together. So I'll be cutting the front and the back neck together. So the front and the back. Like I said initially, since it's a Dolman kaftan, you can decide to leave the slope like this. You can decide to leave it straight. It's to still be perfect. So you don't really need a slanted shoulder for this. So the next thing I'll do now, I'll measure the armhole area. So I'll just put my tape like this, and I'm going to be making use of 10.5 inches for my armhole. You can use 10, you can use between 10 and 10.5, so it depends on how big the person is. So I'm using 10.5, and then the breadth of the bust for this Dolman kaftan, since it's not going to be wide. So all measurements that I'm making, the allowances are included. So for this, 12 plus 12, that's 24, that's 48 inches. That's the full measurement. When you divide into 4, you have 12. So I'm just going to be adding 2 inches like this as my allowance. So I'll just make a curve like this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now, I'm just going to maintain what I have here. I have 14 inches, so that's what I'm just going to be using to run my the entire part. So when I get to the down part, I'll use the entire measurement. What I have here is 17, so I'll just take it like this, 17 inches. So the next thing I'll do now, cut it out. The next thing I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be taping the neck round with this. So in doing this, like for a beginner, you use your bias strip. You can decide, if you don't want to make use of bias, you can just decide to hem along the line. You can just hem it round. That's the neckline. You can just put it on your machine like this and then sew it round and then hem round. But if you want it to be perfectly finished, you use a bias. And in making use of a bias, you start from the right side, facing the right side. So you take the bias strip like this and then round, take it around the neck. So I'll just do that and show you now. So you can see I finished sewing it on the first side. So the next thing I'll do now, just take it like this and then bring it down and then stitch and run a stitch along like this. So why I'm doing this is for beginners, so you know how to do this. So from this place, you just take it after running it right side facing right side. Then the next thing, you just take it like this and then you stitch along this line like this round. So and then the side, you can see I finished running the side. So you just take it like this and then you run a stitch down, because I told you I was making use of the entire width. So you run a stitch also down, because kaftans are not actually meant to be tight. So I'll just finish the neckline, iron it, and then come back and show you.